So, next task is getting the centrifuges ready to generate the U-238 that we're going to need. Do not craft 100 gears by hand. It is a foolish task. Don't do it. That spot needs help. It's relatively close, you can go there. We're very close now to turning uranium on. I don't think it's going to take that long to throw together a quick and dirty centrifuge. I just need to figure out where it's going to need to live. Thematically, I think it would be nice to put it next to the nuclear reactor, maybe like behind it or something. There's a ton of space back there that we're not really using. But we'll see. Because I could tile this nuclear reactor like up and down to work off of this lake water. If I copied all of you, I put you like here, how much landfill would I need? Almost none. And I really can't foresee a world where we build more than 2 nuclear reactors and we're still worried about putting it in that exact spot. So I do think that I will just run the centrifuge arrangement directly behind it, and then we can manufacture nuclear fuel on site. We can ship in the world's least frequently running 141 iron train to make the nuclear fuel cells. And then we can also have a section of that factory dedicated to eventually nuclear train fuel, and then also eventually Kovarex reprocessing and spent fuel cell reprocessing. So you can kind of make a little like all-purpose nuclear factory. Just do a bunch of stuff on site. Why are you not running? What's your problem? Green circuits. That is because you were out of copper until very recently. Has that remedied itself? No. Why? Yes. You're just consuming an enormous amount of copper. Okay, your green chips are flowing again. Good. The system is working its backups out. Always fun when you've built something so complicated that you don't fully understand why it is or isn't working at any given point in time. But I think that's the point that we're at with this factory right now. It takes you to 33 centrifuges. How many do you need to consume an entire blue belt of ore? 0.83. 45 divided by 0.83 is 54. I think we are going to aim for 54 of those. And then as long as we're over here, let's keep emptying our mistake from the inventory. Oh, you know, this is probably also like not helping your copper demand. These things drink copper. We're consuming 2 belts full time of copper ore, or of copper plates. So yeah, I imagine that there's going to be some difficulty keeping copper plates flowing when we're eating this much of it. On the bright side, slowly working through all of our normal firearm magazines. Just put them back. Alright, let's go set up this centrifuge. We got a concrete. You have 32. You want to have 54. You're going to need 2,200 concrete. This is 1,600. So you're going to need a little more than that. But not much. Make sure you're not on a train track. I'd require none pipes, if you guys could get those out of here. Thank you. And you require, yes, iron gear wheels. I also require non-iron plates, now that I think about it. Then I won't be tempted to accidentally handcraft gears. You guys just want to take all of those away from me. That's the end of your concrete. I wonder if you have any more concrete lurking in the logistics network. You do. In fact, I see some. Can I please have 100 concrete? Oh, you're so kind. Thank you. You have any more? No, that's it. Okay. But at least you have evacuated all of the possible concrete out of your random storage bins, which are still scattered all over the landscape like pollution. Just grab steel as long as you're over here. It's right there. It's 49, 52. I only need to make 2 more. I only need like 2 more stacks of concrete. 1. Close enough. That's 2. So that is all the centrifuges that we need. Let's go get this factory configured. So, I want to leave a little bit of a gap like here, and then we'll go belt, inserter, centrifuge will sit here. We'll line it up with the top of the turbines, and then we'll go this, we'll go like this. We have a belt that runs down the middle, we have a belt that runs out the back. I might rotate this, just for easier sorting. So there's our 3 wide gap, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to have a U235 belt and a U238 belt. And then you're going to sit about here. And if you're going to have 54 of these, 54 divisible by 4, 13 and a half, not quite. What a 56. 14. Yeah, that'll do. 4. 8. Whatever, I'll do 16. 16. 32. 54. But I want it to consume... It's just easy if you do a 4 to 4. This is so laughably overbuilt. But also looks cool, so who cares? It looks neat. I need to make 10 more. These things are going to consume power. They are super expensive to run. It's 2, 4. And that's not even counting the ones that are going to be doing, like, Kovarex enrichment. It's not even counting the ones that are going to be doing uranium fuel reprocessing. 5. You are down to just 42 belt. Also, you probably could have plugged in, like, inserters and stuff before you did this. Here, 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 here. Now let's do something fun. Let's give it a little bit of an asymmetric twist to it. Okay. The power lines are going to be relatively easy. I'm just going to go a little something like that. The input belt is going to be relatively easy. It's just going to go like that. The output belt is going to be a little more complicated because the output belt is also going to... No, well, yeah, nah. The output belt is not going to handle sorting. Run you like this. Just run you through a bunch of splitters. Yeah, you're gonna do something like that. Alright, let's go grab a couple more belts. Let's go take a look at concrete. Are you close to doing a second nuclear reactor yet? You actually are. You're coming really close to maxing that grid out when all the foundries kick on. You're gonna have to make a second nuclear plant. You haven't even turned the centrifuges on. The centrifuges are going to crater that network. God, what a problem to have. Oh, I have to build 8 nuclear reactors instead of 4. What a horrible day. You need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 3. You need 200 more concrete. Oh, he just gets there. And then you also need blue belt. There's a part of me that's like, I wonder if it means that you're overbuilding now V's if you have 8 nuclear reactors running and you haven't landed on Fulgora yet, but I also don't really care. It's cool. So we can copy you now. Plunk you here. Express transport belt is in the way. Is that so? Don't hear you complaining now. And then copy this. Bring it down to here. Bring it down to here. And last but not least, we'll just run through this splitter one time. And this is the splitter that controls where U-235 goes and where U-238 goes. So you're going to split out U-235. And I don't yet know what I'm going to do with you. But I guess we'll just run you through like that. What else are you going to do with U-238? You're definitely going to do Kovarex enrichment on it. So, call me crazy, but I think you need even more centrifuges, but you don't need a lot for this. You do not need a lot at all for this. I'm actually just going to take 2 of you. And I think it makes a lot of sense to do Kovarex enrichment as sushi. Which would look a little something like this. Because I just want to be able to circuit it. You're going to go here. You're going to go here. You are going to feed directly onto this belt that only carries U235. You're going to use filtered inserters. You only ever grab U235. You only ever grab U235. Bring these power lines down so you can actually do things without seeing everything get mad all the time. And then you out the back are going to pull the U238. You are going to pull the U238. You're going to do that all the time. And then over time, there isn't going to be enough U235 on the belt because it slowly gets consumed. So that is where you're going to need to grab off of this belt. And you're going to wire that to this belt. You are going to read belt contents, and you are only going to be enabled if U238 drops below some critical threshold. Let's say it's like 16. So if any U238 passes through this belt, and the Kovarex enrichment process requires it to keep this running, it will pull off of this belt and put it onto the sushi belt. The U235 that the Kovarex enrichment process generates is first going to get consumed by these inserters, and then if there's any spare, you may want to sushi that belt as well, just to be safe. You could. But also make it look nice and symmetric. Yeah, maybe you will. Why not? Then move all of these down. So you'll come up here. You'll go around like this. You'll go around like that. You're going to have a long-handed inserter that pulls off of here. That also reads this belt, and you only turn on if U235 exceeds some critical amount. Let's say that's also 16. And then you can pass it over to the larger belt. So I think, unless I've done something wrong, that should be Kovarex enrichment that just sits there and runs. And is never too upset with its lot in life. I do need to prime it with 40 U235 to start, but that's fine. I'll live. It's not a huge deal. And I don't know what else I'm going to do with the uranium. Well, you also want to... No, you can... Everything else you actually don't need to make here. No, you need to do fuel reprocessing. How are you going to do that? You're going to go here, and you're going to set this to be less than 60. And then you're going to go over here. You're going to get 2 more centrifuges. This one is going to be bot network controlled, because otherwise it's just going to be a pain in the butt. You're going to sit over here. Yeah, you're going to sit over here. You're going to have a brief underground section. You're going to have a pair of requester chests. They are both going to insert in here. These are going to insert out the back. Need more medium power poles. Mediums live here. Material shop 1 is done. We're not quite ready for that yet, but soon. So extend your power grid over here. We're saving room in the middle in case I need to do even more Kovarex enrichment. I don't think I will, but just in case. And then you're going to have a personal roboport that sits right here. You are going to do nuclear fuel reprocessing. You are also going to do nuclear fuel reprocessing. And you are going to have your requests adjusted accordingly, and then we're going to come back into the factory and we're going to kill the old nuclear fuel reprocessing centrifuge. You can go. You are no longer necessary. We're just going to have you run all the time up here. And then I may want to go ahead and prime these to run. Because then I can also remove... Not yet. Just kidding. Because I'm not making fuel cells up here yet. But I think that's all I need to do up there. You would also want to make rocket fuel on site. You're right, I would. Would you? Yes, you basically never want to put U-238 on a train, I think. Or U-235. 238, fine. Put the depleted stuff on a train, but U-235, if we ever make atomic bombs, I'm just going to do that manually. There's no shot I'm automating atomic bombs. And I think that's, like, pretty much all the U-235 is in. Oh, it's also in biter spawners and advanced labs. That's interesting. So we're planning way ahead. But I think I'm going to need 4 stations at this factory. One of them is going to be 238 loading. One of them is going to be iron unloading. One of them is going to be ore drop-off. One of them is going to be the biolab pickup train. So it's going to be 4. And all of these, except for the iron train, are going to be 111. So this is going to go directly into a storage chest. Nope, it needs to come further down. It needs to come down to like here. You're going to go directly into a storage chest. All that you're ever going to do is hold U-235. It's possible that U-235 could back up so much that we couldn't make U-238 anymore, which would be a problem for ammo manufacturing. But realistically, I don't really see that happening. So I think I can safely ignore it as a possibility. This is also where the train is going to stop. And then I guess we'll just say that, like, right here. Maybe, like, here to make it symmetric. Let's say you're only going to need 2. This is going to be my fuel cell manufacturer. Oh, you also take 238. Huh. That's fine. This is going to be a weird train station. You come up here, attach power like so. You are going to insert into storage chests that each hold uranium fuel cell. Is there any reason you'd ever want to cap fuel cell production? I don't know, but let's say you can't build this here because it is going to intersect with your nuclear reactor if you ever tile it down. You need to drag this and put it, like, here. And then maybe get rid of these wires. Maybe just move those wires down. And then you're going to go under. No, you're not going to go under. You're going to go through a splitter, and that's how I'm going to get the U-238 onto that belt. Which means that you can't go here. I need more space. You just need to move down further. That's all. It's nothing personnel, kid. I just need you to move further down. Hey, Azure. How's it going? And then you can slide back to here. So that you have a wire connection. This will also need to get a splitter. That's an important wire. You can't get rid of that one. Can you slide this up one more? Yes. And then you can do that. You can do this. But then why couldn't you just do this? Like, what was the problem here? There wasn't one. You're just dumb. Fundamentally. Alright, so these are only ever going to request iron. They are going to output nuclear fuel cells. You are going to have a personal roboport to keep an eye on things. Because I'm going to read a signal off of you that determines when you're allowed to make fuel cells. And it's going to be anytime this is less than like 200. You cut 2 fingers? How'd you cut 2 of your fingers? Cooking, I assume? Then, you come here, you shove any extra spare 235 into a box. And then you come out here, and you load onto the uranium train. And then you look at this, and you go, can I make this tighter? And you can. You can back it all the way up to here. Accidentally smashed the glass of the ceiling fan? I'm under a ceiling fan, and I take off my shirt. I already can't... Oh, you touched a ceiling fan while it was running? I wouldn't have done it like that. Me personally. I can't wait to find out why this doesn't work, but... I don't need you. I can't wait to find out why this doesn't work, but right now I think this works. You can have some of those guys too. Okay, then I need a 111 loader. Grab one that's blue quality. Yeah, like you. Grab some track with it as well. Put you right there. 1, 2, 3. Station. You should be stacking servers. We need to go fix that at the other station. That's not right. There we go. Let's finally, hopefully, finish clearing out this backlog. I'm still picturing it. You cut it on the glass of the ceiling fan. So unless your ceiling fan is made of glass, I don't think we've gotten to the actual problem yet. Did you touch the ceiling fan and then you were like, oh shit, I touched the ceiling fan, and like you jerked your hand back and hit the glass and broke it? I've had days like that. I get it. Also, important context question, is it on your gaming hand or is it on your non-gaming hand? Well, I guess both your hands are kind of your gaming hands, now that I think about using my hands to game right now, but... Oh, there's so many. Oh, you fool. This is your own fault. Let's go stick them in a box. Making progress on it, but still. A foolish mistake. You want to make 2 locomotives. Oh, you can. How about that? You're gonna need cargo wagons too, though. Let's go grab cargo wagons. Which would be here. Okay. Fleeing, I'm escaping. So here, here, here. We want to... No, you have this locomotive already. You don't need to make him. He's in place already. Copy his train station color, though, because you worked really hard on it. This is 111... Uranium... What the hell did you call this thing? I don't think you named it. For now, well, go look. You didn't name it. This is a 111 U238 drop-off. This is 111 U238 pickup. This station is enabled when U238 is greater than 4.8K. Second station is also going to be a 111. I'm gonna have this one be the lab train pickup, which is not going to run for an extremely long time, but we're going to leave it in place. Yoink, yoink, and yoink, yoink. Connect you, the U238. Off you'll go. You are going to get requester chests, stack inserters, here and here. And here, and you are going to run when U235 is greater than, what do you stack to? 100. 400? And you're only going to put into these 4 slots. I should probably do that whole train right. No, you can't, because you don't have Biolab unlocked yet. You don't remember what's going to be in it. Yeah, that's fair. And then save the color too. The third train that was going to stop here was uranium ore drop-off, which is going to be a 111 drop-off train. We will template off of steel for that. You will go here, but you're going to output the other direction. And you are going to need a train, because we do not currently have a train that carries uranium. We need to have an appropriate color for you. 111 uranium ore drop-off. This needs to be like a very vivid, almost sickly green. You may have actually, like, gotten it in one. Put the locomotive down, see how it looks. Oh, yeah, that's the color. And then you're gonna go here, you're gonna go here. You're not going to spur that yet, though, because you need to put in a 141 iron train right next to it. Is that your last station? It was your last station. Alright. Let's go get another station. And we don't need anything else because there exists already an iron train in the network. Yoink. 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 This iron station is going to be a little different, though. 2, 3, 4. It's going to operate entirely with passive providers. Because this is going to be the iron train that takes care of supplying the nuclear fuel cells. And the iron for those is never going to exist on a belt. So this train is going to run like once every 5 years. Because it's going to drop off an extraordinary amount of iron plate. But that's fine. And you're going to read... What are you going to read? Because all of these logistics networks are connected. I think you might need to read... Oh. I don't think you need this iron stuff, honestly. I think if you just keep the network in range, like if you keep this network, it already has iron plates, because I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, it's pulling it from the bus. So as long as you keep them all in range of this area of the base, you actually don't need to drop off iron here. Your logistics bots can just take care of it as needed. It's possible that you could forget that, and forgetting that would lead to a critical shortfall in the amount of nuclear fuel that you have available. But that'd be kind of funny. Maybe. Seems like the kind of thing where you'd be like, I'll never let that happen, and then it would happen. You're doing fine on track. You're just going to need a little extra belt. That should about do it. You're going to have this turn up. And for now, I think just doing it like this is going to be perfectly satisfactory. We'll figure out a more permanent way of routing traffic in here in the future. But I don't think we need it right now. And then we run you all the way out to the main line. Or at least what the main line looks like over in this corner of the map. You connect in right here, and then we need to re-signal this junction here, here, here. And if I wanted you to run to the uranium ore mine, I'd actually also want to signal this. This is a very temporary track. But that should about do it. The last step is going to be to cut this off. Route it back over here. Plug in a second train station. Right about here will fit. Make it about 111 sized. Signal it. Give it a station stop. Call it 111 uranium ore pickup. It's more bulk inserters because you're short on them. And then route the mines into it. And that should also spring to life your uranium ammo production, which means that your next step is installing turrets on the wall. Because, well, and also running a train out to each of those. Are you making turrets right now? No, you absolutely should be. So let's get those started now. Now is definitely the time. You are enabled when gun turret less than 50 times 40. You are gun turret. Go forth and produce. And then also give me some ball conservers while I'm here. There they are. Okay. You're good on belt, you're good on medium power pole, you're good on the steel chest, just barely. You have everything you need to make this happen. We can't quite kill that yet, but I'm very close to being able to killing that. Being able to kill that. I'm very close to being able to kill that. Those don't need to be bulks, actually. They can just be fasts. You didn't actually need to make that trip at all. You are enabled when uranium ore greater than 50 times 48. Route you up here. Here. And into here. So, that is... Let me just make sure that these lines actually clear. They should, but I want to make sure that they do. It's looking fairly prime. What are you doing here? Get that out of here. Gross. Yuck. And just to make sure... I can use big drills on uranium? Oh my god, hang on. Hold on, this whole thing needs to come down. I did not know that I could use those here. Oh, this changes everything. Push all these pipes back. We may actually not have uranium supply issues after all. Alright. All of... Yeah, screw it. All of this can go. All that can go too. We'll worry about how to hook this up to the base's power later on. Actually, we could just do it here. These can go. These are obsolete. All of this can get pushed back as well. And now... Oh, man. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Squish it as close to that belt as possible. I leave 1 row of walking space in between them. I can't remember. You leave 2 rows of walking space in between them. Well, one every drill. You don't. It's okay. Never mind. Wrong button. That's fine. I didn't want to do that anyway. There you go. That's the one. Yeah, we don't actually have to worry about our rate of uranium consumption at all. If I can have big drills running on this thing. That is none problems detected. So let's hook you guys up to sulfuric acid. Why don't I have one underground? It's a little unusual. Also, where'd my normal pipes go? Oh, I'm trashing them. Probably don't want to be doing that. We're gonna need to go get more pipe. Yeah. No. I'm in prison. You'll get more pipes and undergrounds. Uh, 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 uh. Can you pull them out of the old base, or did you evacuate the old base of them already? You didn't. Beautiful. That'll do. Ooh, and then you can take them off at here. Oh, and then you can take this up. Oh, more parts of the old base disappearing into the ether. Give underground this, thank you. Not long now until we can rip this entire old base down. The biggest thing that we still need it for right now is purple, I believe. A trailer shell range one is done. We'll bring you out here. Bring you out to here. Splitter. Bring you out to here. Splitter. Balancer. Input. Sulfuric acid intake. Sulfuric acid intake. Off those go. That rocks. Yes, man. Yes, man. Alright, so we can produce one blue belt of uranium, which is good because we can consume one blue belt of uranium. And now we're just going to wait for this to tick high enough that it summons a train to make sure that that works. And then once we have a load of uranium that's been delivered to the new factory, we can completely rip down the old uranium processing factory. Oh, you have to tell it what to do. Right. 111 uranium pickup until full, 111 uranium drop off until empty. Add a 111 low fuel interrupt, automatic. I summon you. Come and visit me at my location. Okay. Good. Let's finish routing the belt over here. You're gonna need another underground because you lost half of one of yours. I don't know either. That's an underground in there. Give me that. There's also iron ore in there for some reason. Yuck. So you need splitter here, here, here. You run through here, 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 and then up through here. Plug you in here. Set recipes here. Get ready for the power grid to be extremely mad at all of these turning on. No, it's actually not as bad as I thought. Looks like it's another 20 megawatts or so. Filter looks like it works fairly well. You're going to populate that belt up to 60. Oh, I also want to let you guys insert U-235 that way. Okay. I think now I can shut all of this down. So I can get rid of these. And most importantly, I can get rid of this. Please, please stop. Stop doing what you're doing. Thank you. We have a lot of things to migrate over. You need seed U-235. That's going to keep you going, and that's going to fire off the enrichment process. You are inserting more because those kicked on and just consumed a bunch more. I can add you to storage. These are going to be a little slow to turn on, but I think that's fine. And then I can tear down this belt, this splitter, these power poles. And then we have an enormous amount of U-238 to move out of here. Which I may just run up to the U-238 train to give it an initial... Oh, it's not here yet. I can probably summon you at this point then. You are going to go to U-238 drop-off. No, U-238 pickup. Pickup until full. Drop-off until empty. Your interrupt is 1-1 low fuel. You are on automatic. Your station isn't ready for you to pick U-238 up yet. That is expected, but it will be shortly as soon as I empty out all of this crap. Give me these. That's a lot. You can bring more. Put you in here. Oh, just you wait. Just you wait. You have no idea what is coming for you biters. Stuff. Yup. Yup. Alright, that's enough to turn the station request on. Taking the most circuitous route imaginable because our rail network is not super well optimized for short distance travel. But it's better than nothing. And then you're gonna drive that over to drop off. Where hopefully I can get rid of the last of the yellow ammo. And then, just to prove a point, I think I may go shoot some biters with my own gun. Just as soon as we get this cleaned up a bit. This is also giving the mall some extra time to spin up the amount of gun turret that it's going to need to make. Oh! What did I do? What power line got severed? This one. Okay, we gotta go fix that. We probably need to move the power lines further away from walls. We're looking for realistic solutions. Or we just need to make the power network a little more redundant. Yeah. I'll be right there. Just hold on. Hold your dang horses. Oh my god, he got through. Scary. He made it inside the dang base. Terrifying. Touch these corners up. And then the power line that got destroyed is actually over on that side. Just one little break. All it took. But this wall has reached its maximum life expectancy. This is about how long I wanted it to work for. It's lasted up to about us seeing green biters. And that's about what I designed it for. So it is time to get that thing replaced. Now you might be asking yourself, Chef, how good could depleted uranium rounds possibly be? Like, they can't... What is your problem? Oh, I never gave you new orders. 141 iron plate pickup. 141 iron plate drop off. Wait until full. Wait until empty. Interrupt 141 low fuel. Automatic. Off you go. Let's finally exercise the last of our normal ammo demons. I don't think this will do it, but it'll get us close. It will do it. What a blessed day. Nope, hold on. One more you hiding in there. What a blessed day. So let's go see what uranium ammo can do. Where is my closest tank? Over there. Let's go hop in the tank and bring a couple uranium rounds with us. Just to see. Just to see what the destructive power of a uranium round is like. You have no cannon shells on you, that's fine. You're not gonna need it. All that you need is some of these little green boys. You are good to cross here. But is this really the way you want to go? Not really. Too annoying trying to navigate that rail junction in the middle of a forest. We'll go out this way instead. There will be biters afoot everywhere. Please come back to me, construction robot. Also, I should turn that robot board off. Alright, let's see how much damage this does, shall we? Yep. Pretty good. How about some of these behemoth worms? Pretty good. Yeah, we'll go around this way. So we're going to go ahead and put that ammo in turrets. Because it will absolutely shred any biter that tries to get anywhere near this wall. And in order to do that, we are going to want to have trains that run to every single part of the wall. So this is going to be a process. But I don't really have anything else to do tonight. So we might do like 1 or 2 corners of the wall, and then we'll save the rest for next time. Just as a proof of concept. And I think it makes the most sense to start with that southern wall, because the southern wall is constantly under attack. I think it is most in need of a significant defensive upgrade. Also, maybe go over here and clear out your lamp construction requests, so that they're not flashing all the time. There you go. Why aren't you running right now? Are you supposed to be running? You don't have electric engines. Am I supposed to be making electric engines? Yeah, you don't have green circuits. Why don't you have green circuits? Because you're out of iron. You're out of iron because you're missing half of your iron foundries. Should do that as long as you're headed to the southern wall as well, huh? Yeah, probably should. Let's go pick them up out of space storage. Stop, please. Okay, there we go. I forgot, was this the one I put exoskeletons in? No, he's chilling. He's just got normal laser turrets. Sure, put like a little one. Yeah, if you guys could carry some of this wood away, please. Thank you. I need to go drop off a little bit of extra uranium ore as well, please. You can have some of that. And then I'll keep moving this stuff over. No, they're not coming for your wood. They're going to recharge. These guys coming for your wood though in a big way. Yup. Can't wait to find out where they're putting all this. Should probably find something to do with it. Four? Okay, I'm gonna be leaving if you only have 4 left. It's not that important. Somebody else can come and find me later. There you go. I love how frequently the uranium ore train is running right now. It fills me with great positivity. Feels like it's really doing something. There's only 22 in there. You can grab that. This one's a little scary to grab, though. There's a ton of nuclear fuel in that thing still. But I think over time it'll actually drain itself out as the reactor uses it. You guys are humming away. That's great. I really can't think of any reason why I would ever shut you off. But maybe there is one. I don't know.